Hey everybody, Chris here. So buy the Dogecoin dip. That's right, we got a pullback, but I am still bullish on Doge, and I'll tell you why in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we were live on Sunday evening, right up until 7 o'clock East Coast time. That's where I am here in Boston. And we saw that green weekly close. That's right, we've now had 8 weekly green candles in a row. I'm going to start working on that 9th. But you know what happened? Right after we ended the live stream, we started to see some red candles. That's right. Asian markets were dumping to flush out leverage. That's right. More leverage being flushed out. Again, none of this financial advice, but here's what I say always. Buy on the red candles, not the green. If you were buying Dogecoin at 47, 48 cents on Saturday night, those were the big green candles going up. There's always pullbacks that happen in the market, and that's what this is now. So let's get into it. Let me show you the news and the charts. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart. And we have Dogecoin back up over 44 cents. We saw a dip down to 42.5. That's right, this was the trading down that we had. We ended the stream on Sunday night with Dogecoin flushing up at 46.5 cents, and then we saw the dip start overnight. So all of that downward action was flushing out leverage. We also had Bitcoin doing the same thing. Bitcoin had a big surge here right up to 7 o'clock, up over $101,000 where it ended the week, and then the pullback. So what's going on overall? We look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge reverse after advances. And then we have Bazinga, who just doesn't give us the article. Stupid Bazinga. But overall, there's liquidations. And what's interesting here on the liquidations chart is that Bitcoin flushed out 57 million, ETH 51, Doge $27 million flushed out. But look at the others. Look at this huge thing called others, $145 million. This is where I think it's alt season, because people are trading leverage not so much on Bitcoin, ETH, and Doge anymore, but all the others, the alts, the small caps are getting wiped out with leverage. Look, we have Brett, Pepe, Ordi, Filecoin, big, huge. Look at this, $424 million Pepe long that got wiped out. So this is where traders are right now. This is the true, this is the telltale signs. I think it's alt season because you got these huge things. And also, when we look at the market, and this is me on X Twitter, you got to follow me at ChrisPax. It's like, this is the crypto bubbles, right? It's all red. And as I say, find your favorite crypto in the bubble below, and then look at what's next to it. Like, look at Doge, down 6.4%. Look what's next to it. There's Gala down 11, right? WIF down 10. This is what the market does, right? It's all red. It's not just Doge. There was already a comment like, why is Doge dropping? It's like, look at the overall market, what's happening. That's what's happening overall. And it's all back to this leverage. Again, it's the leverage trading. The exchanges don't want you to make so much money. They're going to drop the price when they can, and Sunday night was the perfect time to do it. So, Bitcoin price, is it going to go back down to 94K? What's going to happen? Inefficiency on short time frames. We have a week full of potential volatility, starting with this wobble, right? But are we going to see Bitcoin go down lower? The CPI week dawns. United States Federal Reserve is going to do its interest rate decision. That's not till next week, though. We've got China announcing its first policy loosening move. That's actually good for the markets. Microsoft due to vote on creating a Bitcoin treasury. That could be bad if they say no. Again, that we might hear about that on Tuesday. But overall, this big run that Bitcoin has had, October, November, and now into December, we have this little red. That's all it is. It's just this. It's not some huge drop overall in the market, which I think overall is positive. We have Master Kenobi talking about Doge, and he's saying, yes, Doge just closed its 8th consecutive green week. something that's only happened once before. And of course, I looked back to late 2017, the last time that happened. Are we going to see another 1 to 2 green weeks? Yes, it could. Kenobi says, chances are slim though. The new week has started in the red, but there's still room to change. It's only the first day of the week. So the cool down might take place, suggested by the weekly RSI as well, which others have looked at as well. Doge will probably reach a new all-time high. I don't know if it's going to be this year. I think it's going to still be next year, 2025, but most likely when no one expects it. So what's he doing? Well, he's saying, look, Doge is going to gradually go up probably, and he's going to gradually liquidate his Doge portfolio. He's selling his Doge, and he's rotating it back into alts. The mid-cap alts. He thinks that's going to be more the tail end of this bull market, and that he thinks that he's going to get higher potential return because Doge can go pumping at any time, and then he's going to be selling and rotating. I've got a different plan. I talk about that on my live streams. So join me on my next live stream, which will be Monday, probably starting at 3 o'clock. A lot to talk about for the day, and in the live streams, we can expand our discussion, look at a bunch of alts that you guys want to look at and all of that. So join in on that. But that's what Kenobi's doing. And Trader Allen, he was just saying, look, we had this big run. We've got a pullback, maybe retesting down to 44 cents. And that is, of course, just right where Doge is right now. Went down a little bit lower, and then 43.5, that was our Rocky line, and we have fun with the Rocky line in our live streams as well. We could still see Doge drop even lower though. So get ready for that and that possibility of happening. But after that retest, typically when we see these pennants and it goes and it retests, we could see this 50% run happening upwards. Because overall in the 4-year cycles, I think we're still early in the overall cycle, and we're going to see more big gains going forward. So we've got Dogecoin grinds higher, lower prices could be expected, and this is another stupid bazinga thing, but so Kev Capital is looking at the RSI now tipping below his upward trend line. Overall, I think this is good for the RSI to cool off a bit, because then it can reset for the next big run up. You know, it's kind of easy to do these charts and say that lower prices are expected after we already see a bunch of red candles overnight, but that's okay. Kev's been talking about a pullback for a while, so that makes sense. But the good news is here, Amazon shareholders are urging Bitcoin adoption as a treasury asset to protect value. So Bitcoin's appeal is continuing to grow. This is why I think we're not going to see some big 30% pullback in Bitcoin, because we see this flood of support for Bitcoin. Not only Amazon, we're going to see what Microsoft does as well. And we continue to see more and more institutions talking about Bitcoin. We have Florida, the state of Florida, it's $1.8 billion investment plan from the state pension fund could start buying into Bitcoin. And we're going to see this more and more as adoption continues. Bitcoin, a U.S. strategic reserve, and more other countries, more and more companies talking about Bitcoin beyond MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor is probably going to announce, yeah, I bought more Bitcoin. That's just continuing to grow in what MicroStrategy is doing. But we're seeing that more and more now across the board. So this is the dip. Well, let's zoom out on the chart and we just look at the 4-hour chart. And where is Doge? It's still in its channel. It's still in this upward channel. The channel has not been invalidated. In fact, that dip overnight didn't even come down to the bottom line of the channel, which would have been about 42 to 41. So again, this blue line, which was our big dip buying line that we had back in November when we had the dip and we were identifying where we were going to be buying, it didn't even hit that. So this was the red dip here to buy on that we had early this morning for those looking to buy back in. Like I say, right, buy on the red candles, not the green candles. You buy on the red candles. We knew more dips were going to be coming, and this was certainly an opportunity. Again, looking at this same timeline, we're looking at Bitcoin. Didn't come down to 92. We did see that big tail dip last Thursday. We didn't get that overnight, though, because this was more about the alts. This was more about flushing out leverage on alts. So ETH also didn't dip below. Again, it's not the ETH, right? It's the small caps. It's the small caps. We did have Solana come back down below 229, which was the buy price on Solana, which continues to show weakness in Solana. But everything else, like ADA is way above, that buy price target. Hedera is way above that price target. So that shows the great strength we had in these mid alts. So that's what we have in the overall market. Again, on the live stream, we'll be checking in more. We'll see whether the day goes on as the stock market opens, if the stock market is going to show any strength or there's going to be weakness there. And we could certainly see crypto come back and drop even a little bit lower. So we will be watching that. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the dip? And were you buying? Are you bullish for the future as I am? Or do you think you're one of those bears that is going to come out of hibernation, right, from the weekend? We're going to hear you on the live stream. Let me know in the comments. Give the video a like if you haven't already. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.